Good Saturday morning. Welcome to Ice Age TV. And wow, beautiful day, a little humid, be warm. And got to do the trash run. It's every Saturday we go out and get the trash done. And you'll be following my videos. Look at the grass. We just cut the grass. That time of year where, wow, the grass never stopped growing, but I was gone for close to 2 months. And pretty amazed it actually did better than I thought, but I'm so disappointed. I lost my oak, that tree over there. Yeah, that sucks. I used to have such beautiful big trees around this house and property, and the beetle bug or whatever, got them. Just so sad that I lost so many big trees. Beautiful. There's my weeping cherry. I think that thing's freaking gonna go south, which that's been a challenge. But grow a tree in that damn circle, and the reason is I made a huge mistake years ago. I got dirt off that hill up there, and it's all clay. I mean, how dumb are you? I mean, come on. But there was a tree right here. I mean, there literally was a tree right here when I moved here. And just big trees like that, around my property right here that shaded it. And, I should have gone and gotten fill dirt, better type of soil instead of freaking clay. So, because that's like the third tree I've tried to grow in that circle. And that one actually kind of thought it died, but then it came back. And now, I don't know, just... All right, so here's the thing. People are saying, wow, now what's this conversation about today, right? And yeah, what's this conversation about is to get the trash ready to go to the dump, and then I'm going to go take my Bronco up to the Ford dealer and get the oil changed. And so, I got thinking to myself, if you get on I'm on forums, car forums, so there's a lot of information out there that you get, and some's factual, a lot isn't, as we know. And if you see what's going on in the used car market, I talk about this like every day of my life now, right? Used car market's crazy. For all the years I've been buying cars and getting rid of cars, you buy a car and it doesn't have the value that you paid for it. But that is so changed. That is so now totally opposite. Meaning, a year ago, I think September 10th, I bought that 4Runner from Carvana. I did a whole Carvana review, and I had a great experience. And I really love this 4Runner. And Carvana was up front with all the different dings and little dent and, and the paint imperfections. It was pretty damn, accurate. And this is just a great vehicle that, I actually paid MSRP for this vehicle. So, this is a 2018 Toyota 4Runner. And I think I paid actually $2,000 over MSRP to get this vehicle last year. So, but the thing is, the car is worth every bit of that today. So if I was to sell this car today, I would get what I paid for it. And I guess in some cases, you'd maybe a little bit more. I don't really know what the market is on the Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. It's the TRD Pro, which these things just really hold their value. These are just great vehicles. My wife loves this thing. And, here's the Mach E, which Ford, apparently, my wife texted me last night, and she's not the car person by any means. And she's texting me that Ford has announced there's going to be an $8,000 price increase on this car. I mean, good Lord. So for me, this car here isn't a dime a dozen, number one. And here's an $8,000 price on top of this vehicle now for next year. So, so that vehicle there has value, incredible value. That has incredible value. You come over here to my Mustang. Yeah, this here, it's going to have value, but it's not going to be, there's just too many of them. But, that's the kid's car. Should be in tears if I get rid of that. Then the Ford F450, this is just a unique, rare truck that, is not out there. It's always going to have great value because it's just so unique, and it's just a great truck. And you go over the Ford Ranger. Yeah, Ford Ranger. The Maverick kind of ruined that product. Yeah, the Maverick ruined that product. The value in that truck there, you're not going to get what you paid for it. I mean, I'm not lying. I've already been down that road. So, but not terrible, but not great. The other Ford Mach-E, yeah, same thing. It's got incredible value. My Ford F250 Platinum diesel truck, Tremor, yeah, that thing's worth every bit of what I paid for it. Maybe even I'd be paid $10,000 more for the dealer to take it. I'm not embellishing. And then you come into my shop here, see all my garbage, and then you see, whoa, wow, the Ford Raptor grew some horns last night. Holy crap! When you park vehicles in my barn, they grow horns. What the hell is that all about, right? Yeah, if anybody watched my video last night, yeah, I put some horns on the Raptor. How about that, huh? Remember I used to have horns in the F-150 Tremor? I had so many people compliment me on that. And not a lot of people laugh at me, too. Yeah, so today, so here's the Ford Raptor. There's no doubt in my mind I can turn around and sell this back to the dealership and, you know, for the most part, not really get too bad. I mean, right now, since I just bought it from them and I had to pay them their price, the odds are I'm better off trying to sell that on my own, you know, which I would be fine. But the value of that truck isn't going to really go anywhere radical. This Bronco, oh yeah, I can turn around right now and take this back to the dealership and they'll write me a $10,000 check to get rid of it. You know, and then you go back here, now in the Ford Mustang GT500 forum, there's members posting that there's car dealerships out there. There's a car dealership in Sarasota, Florida. You know, and it doesn't mean they get it, but they want $100,000 over for this car. They want $214,000 for the car. That's what they're advertised. And there's another one located somewhere else where they want $60,000 over. I mean, just crazy numbers. And yeah, boy, I don't know, man. Only way I would believe that maybe happen is if Ford announces the GT500's done. That would be the only way maybe that somebody would pay that price. Maybe. Debatable. But, you know, I've seen stupid things in my lifetime. I mean, I have. I've grown up in the era of the Z06s coming out and people flying across the country to pay $25,000, $30,000 more for a Z06 back in 2000, like 6, 7, 4, like 5, 6, 7, you know, years. And then the Hellcats, I've witnessed the people in 2015 were paying 50 grand more for Hellcats. I mean, yeah, I mean, we've seen this stuff. So it does happen. You know, so it's really incredible in how this age of values of vehicles, you know, so here's this here, no doubt in my mind. If I want to give this car back and get rid of it, I'll probably make money off of it. My other GT500, same thing. I can sell that car and I can be in good shape. And, you know, and the reason I'm talking about this is because I've always been the car junkie my whole life. And the criticism you would get from my family and from friends was, you know, you're just throwing away your money, which I don't disagree. They're right. But now, we're at such a unique time in our lives with the pandemic, that the pandemic created and changed things so much that, you know, cars have incredible value now. Now, how long does that last? I mean, I talk about in my videos that I think, you know, sadly, the country's getting ready to go the opposite direction. So, you know, what happens to all this stuff? Yeah, well, in my opinion, it all goes south as well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've even got motorcycles back here that, I mean, I'm not embellishing here. You know, they're my motorcycles. This Scout Bobber, it's worth close to what I paid for it. That bike there, if I don't drive it much, I could get every bit of what I paid for that. You know, maybe more. I don't know. It just depends who the individuals would want it. You know, so yeah, the ongoing car conversations and what's interesting about this, whether it's an electric vehicle or an Ice Age vehicle, they all have great values. And then you go to my tractors. I mean, it seems like John Deere's kind of catching up. I don't know. I haven't really done research on that, but my tractors over there, I can sell each one of those and I could pocket some really good money. I mean, what I'm saying is I can sell what I paid for them. You know, maybe even a little bit more because of the demand and the supply chain. And my trailers, you know, over here, I'm not embellishing. This United car hauler that I bought in 2017 cost me 18 grand. There's no doubt in my mind right now, I can get 18 grand for that trailer. I can maybe get 22 out of it. 25, I don't know. I haven't really gone down that path. You know, you've watched my trailer videos and you're buying videos. That ATC aluminum trailer I got for like 9 grand. That's a $16,000, $17,000 trailer, brand new. There's no doubt in my mind I can sell that and put money in my pocket. And this trailer here as well, that trailer there I got for a great deal. So, you know, it's just really incredible how the hardships of so many is also at the same time creating, you know, the good for others. I mean, that's just kind of how mankind operates, which sadly that's the way it is. All right, so here's the goal. Got to get a truck up to town. Got to get my Bronco up to town to get oil changed and tires rotated. And got to get the kid drive one of the vehicles because you got to get rid of all this garbage. And get something for breakfast and start the day. All right, follow me along in the Saturday morning conversations. And, you know, the car industry, just incredible. Why do I talk about cars all the time? But boy, even for me, look at my, you know, look here. Boy, I tell you, if I got rid of just a few more cars, you know, there's nothing sitting down south. I mean, I don't have any. It isn't like right now I have cars sitting somewhere else anymore. I used to have that. You know, I'd have a bunch of cars here, but I have a bunch of cars in Tennessee and Florida. And, you know, so I really have thinned it out, even though the gold rush conversation, should I bring the gold rush in? And that's kind of a thing that I've been going back and forth on and talking on. And then I do that. I mean, I have room in my shop, but oh my goodness. All right, follow us along, get some coffee and food, and get rid of the trash, and we'll talk more. All right, we're going to drive the Super Duty Platinum. You know, it's pretty incredible how little I've driven this truck. It's just a lot of truck. I mean, you know, trucks are cool, but when you have to work out of them, getting in and out of tight locations, look at that. Just pretty incredible. You know what? I tinted out the windows in this, and I did the front, you know, the top of the window tint as well, and I really like that. It really does make the interior so much more cooler, I think, and nicer. So, all right, let's get up in the truck and look at this here. It's such a huge step. You know, yeah, I'm surprised for the amount of money you pay for these trucks. It's just crazy why they didn't put the electronic steps. The truck looks so much cleaner. It's just so much easier to get up in the truck without freaking pulling out your back or anything. Oh my gosh. Yikes. How many miles? So that's pretty crazy. So the Ford Raptor I just got, if you think about it, this is a 2022 truck, and the Raptor's a 2022. I got this back in February, and so so then the person bought the Raptor truck out of Pennsylvania. Yeah, so I've driven more miles, and well, I've had a lot longer than he had his. Was I took this to Tennessee, so that's 1,000 miles right there, if you know what I mean. All right, so am I driving this, or is the kid driving the Bronco? You know, it's kind of interesting. I'm so fixated on the garbage. I get my trucks out of the barn and get the Bronco out. All right. Wow, if you look at my trailers here, look at the left trailer versus the middle and the right. So see how narrow that left trailer is? That's a 7-foot wide trailer. Others are 8, I think 8.5 foot wide to fit cars in them. Yeah, I did that F-150 Lightning tow review, and I was on the narrow trailer. You know, but look at the inertia that the other trailers would have. So here I was getting 0.9 kilowatts per mile on that F-150 Lightning truck. If I had towed with that trailer, or especially this trailer, oh my gosh, I bet you'd be at 0.5 kilowatt a mile. I just can't. I mean, just so much inertia. All right, let's get the bullhorn vehicles out, right? We just started up the F-250. Listen to this one, right? Oh, that's interesting. A little brap there, right? Now getting up in this truck, believe it or not, the Raptor, you would think because this is an off-road, you know, Baja vehicle, but this vehicle here is not. This has got to be at least 2 to 3 inches lower to get into. You know, and once again, you think for the amount of money you spend. I mean, I get the thought process of having retractable running boards on an off-road truck, and how's that going to play out? But at the same time, oh my goodness gracious! All right, it's all about the trucks and vehicles and cars and everything else, right? But yeah, daughter's confused. You may say, why is she confused? Well, because she's driving the... All right, let's hear the Bronco, right? I love that exhaust, that A&E exhaust. It's just so cool. I like it. Truck's a little haze on here, my wax in it. Oh, look at this here. Here's the spider web. Spider guy likes my Bronco as well. All right, let's try to get the hell out of here, right? That's pretty neat. All the themes. I think Ford, sure, got 9,800 miles on it. I was supposed to take this in at 8,500 miles or 8,000. I can't even read it. The sun eyes. Ford, I just think it's such a cool, setup. I just think they've done a great job for me. Even though I was the first to raise my hand and literally say, that I was a person saying back before I got this vehicle, don't hit my GT500, right? Yeah, I know, don't do that. This car's real tight because of the, yeah, I was the guy that was lambasting it. I thought that the Bronco would be a fail. How wrong was I on that? I mean, to the point I wasn't even buy that two-door cyber orange Bronco. I mean, people may forget these conversations, but it's the facts. I mean, I'm not lying. I mean, I'll admit that I've been wrong. All right, the kid's gonna follow me down here to get rid of trash, get the Bronco up to dealership, get some breakfast as the Saturday routine begins. And this one, funny, this gate opener in this vehicle here is just bing bam done. Other ones, it's just every car has its own personality. Everybody notice that. It's something like cars. I mean, truly cars, some, as people know, some people that bought cars are just total junk. I mean, beyond junk. It's kind of like in life. Have you ever had a relationship or know somebody that's just a piece of baloney? I'm just trying to be diplomatic, but yeah, I mean, cars and people are so similar. You can buy a car and it's just nothing but a headache. Nothing like, just like getting a relationship with somebody or having a family, or a friend. It's just nothing but a headache, And then you have the total opposite, where you buy a car and the car is just an incredible, vehicle that you never want to let go, or in relationships, Sadly, there's so many stories of people in our lives, and I know I'm part of that because I had a father-in-law that passed away that was a great friend, and we had great times, and just truly beyond sad, and so, there's the same thing, that happens in life is you have a friend, family, whatever it may be, and something happens to them and you can't replace that. And just like a car, you've heard the stories of people having these really nice cars and it gets totaled, stolen, something happens to it. People are just devastated because it's a vehicle that they'll never be able to replace. And that's for me. I've owned so many cars, and I know these things from just owning cars over the years. And, you get those cars and they just have something weird about it. It just doesn't go away. So yeah, the Saturday morning car, it's the car talk. What is my channel? It's Ice HTV. Even though, I kind of go a little off subject. Like yesterday, I was just talking about, the world economies and the pandemic and the green agenda, and which it all revolves around big business, manufacturing. Cars, as I've said before, you take the cars away, and what's the infrastructure of the world? I mean, it's massive. I mean, it's beyond massive. We're back to the dark ages, truly. Look at that. So this thing just did the little, brum. I mean, oh my gosh, this Bronco is just so much fun. Yeah, if I was living behind the wheel of this thing all the time, how many miles does this thing have on it, right? Now, here's here, this area, this Route 15 area, oh my gosh. It's just a major highway. Saturday morning. It's weird. Down there in Florida, it's so opposite. On the weekends, the roads to me are lighter. But up here on the weekends, these roads are just freaking, the worst. They're the worst. I mean, I have lived on the roads my whole life, and I have worked, I have worked on the roads my whole life. And I've worked, I mean, if you don't realize this, I work 7 days a week. I'm not embellishing. I've worked 7 days a week most of my life. It just went until like the last 5 years. That has changed. So for me, the just living on the road. Sorry, I get the trash out. More conversations here in a second. Help the kid out. Yeah, here's the scene, right? Gotta get the trash out. This is a great thing. It's for the Roaring Club. And the gentleman that started this sadly passed away. He was very old, but it's a great thing. So you come here and you give your $6 or whatever, and I give more than that, but it helps the Lucky's Roaring Club. Yeah, so before I had to get a car and give money, donations to the Roaring Club here, which is a great thing for the community here to support. And it's interesting. You have a bunch of stuff to throw away in the garbage truck, with the kids actually putting in the recycling. And they have recycling police out here where if you don't put the right stuff in there, they'll bust your chops. I mean, if you throw big boxes in there and they catch you, they'll go after you. You have to crunch everything down. But anyway, so around up in this DC, Virginia, Maryland area, and it's really weird. Since the pandemic, I had these conversations yesterday, how so many people now are at home working. You don't have the same footprint of people on the road in traffic. And so on the weekends, I borderline believe that it's actually worse, because I think everybody that's at home all week working, and as you know, this isn't criticism of people working at home, because if you work at home, you got to be working at home. They know the technology, the computer, seeing how many keystrokes you're making. They can tell if you're not doing your thing at home. So it's not like, all these people can go disappear and go play. Sure, I'm sure like anything, like in the regular job, people do things that aren't the most appropriate. But the whole point is, I really believe that people, by the weekend time that work at home, they want to get the heck out and go ride around and go do something. So I think that it just actually creates more traffic than what it used to be. But at the same time, what I kind of noticing up here in the country I live, up here, there's a lot of countries, a lot of vineyards, a lot of breweries, and it seems like they're not as busy. So it seems like people have pulled back, because it used to be just crazy stupid traffic on this area I live in. Just the worst. And don't get me wrong, it still is, but it just seems like a lot of these vineyards and breweries, they're not as busy as they used to be. And well, you have to say, well, why? Well, yeah, we know why. Because people are pulling back. It costs, if you live in the DC area, this is going to be, a 70, 80 mile, 100 mile day round trip for you to drive out here and do your vineyard brewery thing. So just for somebody having to buy gas, and then, or they have to rent a car, which a lot of people that live in the city don't own a car, so they have to rent a car. And then, you come out here, and I'm sure the vineyards have increased their prices to a degree on stuff. I mean, you saw the Five Guys yesterday video about how expensive Five Guys has gotten. Five Guys is basically close to triple pricing from 1993. So, so you say 29 years later, it's 27 years later, whatever the number is, their numbers have increased by triple, their pricing. And so for people out here coming to do their little weekend adventures, you have to say to yourself, are they people more than ever, because everything else is digging into their account to pay for other things of the said mention, gas, food, energy bills, everything is more expensive. So, I think that has, changed things somewhat up here. I mean, I'm driving this Bronco, pretty cool. I mean, this Bronco is just so badass. I made a whole video the baddest ass SUV I've ever owned in this segment, and it is. It is. It's just awesome. You know, I can really hear those tires. They're going to rotate those today. This will be the first time I'm kind of changing up and going to a different Ford dealer, get my truck serviced. And even though I'd prefer to go to Kuhn Sterling Ford to do it, but they're just so backed up, I'm like, forget it. I'm going to go to another dealership. And yeah, I know. Yeah, just a little change in tire rotation. What could go wrong, right? Yeah, what could go wrong? Well, have faith, right? Yeah, famous last words. So yeah, as we head up this road here, not radical. This is early Saturday morning, but the adventures are already beginning. These are people, you know, it's the intrastate. People are going from one state to another. This is what this main road does. It connects you from Maryland to Virginia and avoids the major Route 95, you know, corridor. And farmer guys are getting ready for farm stand set up. I knew a guy that owned all this land, Farmer John. I was friends with him. He just sold out about 2 years ago. And actually the county bought up the land. Isn't that interesting? You know, see, this is where I live. I've been here for now, it's hard to believe I've been here for over 30 years, coming up 31 years. You know, and this road here isn't really any different. I mean, I'm not embellishing. This road here from 31 years ago, for the most part, it's not any different. But that's something I was talking about. You know, there's so many people not driving on the roads anymore that why do you build major infrastructure on roads when the whole model of transportation is changing? Meaning, if more people are sitting at home, working from home, that's a lot of people off the roads. If more people are ordering things from Amazon and UPS and the Postal Service for their goods, that's a ton of people not running up the road to the store. If you have, you know, mass transit systems, seeing less people go to the bus station and train station, you know, so you start saying to yourself, you know, why the big infrastructure build out on roads and bridges when people are pulling back from the way they get around, which is factual. I mean, it's the truth. And then there's no doubt in my mind the drone, you know, pod is coming. You know, there's no doubt in my mind, my daughter's lifetime, she's just going to have a pod, you know, drone show up, pick her up, and take her where she's going to go, drop her off, and then it'll come back when it's ready for her to go wherever else. There's no doubt in my mind that's where it's all going. That the flying vehicles, you know, won't look like a car. It's going to be a box with rotors attached to it. You know, a freaking egg-shaped thing with rotors attached to it, where you've got your own little private, you know, space to yourself as the thing flies you to wherever you're going to go. I mean, there's just no doubt in my mind that's what we're evolving to. You know, so the transportation of the roads and cars will look like when you go to a third world country and see people walking down the street with bags on their heads and, you know, buckets in their hands walking down the street. That's how it's going to look. I mean, the ice age, you know, the car transportation we know of today, you go 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, it's going to look like the horse and buggy and the travel on foot, because these drones will just instantly get you places, you know, in probably a quarter of the time. You know, what used to take you 30 minutes to get somewhere, you'll get there in maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And, you know, once again, I just think so. But people, I don't think are going to own these. It's going to be, you're just going to call for one to come to get you, and then it's going to take you where you want. And yeah, I'm sure you can own them, but I guarantee you the feasibility of it will be just more appropriate just to have somebody else own it, manage it, takes care of it, and, you know, and you use it. Oh, there's a guy doing a whole U-turn. This is the stuff that just creates the car accidents. That guy was just in front of me and decides didn't even put his blinker on. He's just going to turn. I mean, just incredibly beautiful. You know, I talk about that gold rush because that's all I'm fixated on. That's how I operate. You know, I get fixated on something, and until I get it, I won't let it go. That's just who I am. Even though, like I said from last week's videos, never fixated on buying a Raptor truck at this time. Never fixated on buying another GT500. Never fixated on that. I was never fixated on that. So what, for me, that was just a total, out of the blue, bing, bam, done, wow. And now it's driving the Hellcat Red Eye thing. What's driving that? Why? What is going on? Is it the Dodge reveal, reaffirming that the Dodge ICE days are for the most part done? Is it, I'm hearing that the Ford GT500 is done for production? I mean, what's driving? Why am I fixated on buying our Dodge Challenger when this will be like my 6th? I'm not embellishing. I'm talking about the newer generation. I bought a 2014 Challenger RT. Then I bought a 2015 Challenger SRT, not the Hellcat. It was the 392 setup. Then I bought a Challenger Hellcat, plumb crazy. And then I bought a Challenger Red Eye, Octane Red. Then I bought a Challenger Gold Rush last year, the Scat Pack or the TA package. So if I buy this Challenger, there would be 6 Challengers since 2014. So in 8 years, just about borderline, just about a Challenger a year. I mean, and I was talking about that in one of my other videos. I know maybe watch my channel. How much spare time do you have to watch me go on and on? I get all that. I mean, sincerely, I get it. I'll be like, just too much content. Yawn, click, next. I get that, but I don't care. I just enjoy making videos and talking and sharing the information. And so that's the irony to me. Here I'm buying the same thing again. It's just a different color. Why do you keep the one you had? I mean, that's just, that's what's so funny about how I buy things. Just like already, I've now owned an F-250 truck, a white F-250, now this F-250, the F-350 in my eyes, borderline the same thing. So I've already owned, for the most part, 3, F-250s. Just since 2018. And then I've already owned 3 F450 4-door dualies, and now 1 F450 2-door dualies. So if you just said the F450 series, that's 3. That's just 3 vehicles of the same thing. I mean, so, then I got a Dodge Charger. I've had like 3 of those, close to a 4th one. I'm talking about the newer generation, not back in 2004 or 5, but I had a few of those. And the Toyota 4Runners, oh my gosh, I have had so many Toyota 4Runners. I mean, I'm not lying. I have bought numerous Toyota 4Runners. And Toyota Tacomas, I've had a ton of those. Toyota Tundras. And then you go to the Ram product. The Ram 1500 in itself, oh my gosh. In the last 7 years, how many I bought of those, and then turned around and sold them. And then the Ram 2500, and not so much, the Ram 3500 back in the day, but not so much recently, Ram 3500. I haven't bought a bunch of those. So for me, it's just, it's classic. Anybody would kind of follow and connect the dots, and they'd see the pattern. It's the same pattern. What's that all about? I guess it's a good thing I don't get divorced, because I guess I just remarry the same person over and over again, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, and the kid coming up here. All right, what do they have on their lot besides all used cars? Teslas. Yeah, Tesla's dominant in the used car market in this area. And what's unfortunate, the Ford dealer totally got goofed on the way you get into their dealership. You have to go way up the road here and come back round to get into the dealership. So it's really kind of funky. Disservice to them. Now, years ago, I used to come up here and walk the Ford, back lot. And you see Jerry's Ford entrance. So years ago, but this has never been a high volume, mega dealership of, product. It's always been more, I wonder where the kid is. Jesus Christ. Kid's way back there. That kid, you saw yesterday's videos. That impact, that car crash, that Mustang, it's totally has embedded in her the fear of crashing. Which, good, because it makes her not drive fast, right? We can only hope. All right, so here I go in my adventures of Jerry's Ford Leesburg. First time service. And I can only hope. And yeah, see, I told you, won't be any great things on that as far as inventory goes. So yeah, so this here, how do I do this? I'm assuming, see that? I gotta go, since the old days, the entrance was, opposite. You'd think that as a courtesy, they'd reverse it, because now, how do you get in here? Now this is gonna be challenging. You see this here? I'll never make it. All right, here we are. Here is the service. Look at that, door opens up for you. So here we go. A little early, but that's fine. We drop it and go get breakfast. Is the kid gonna let me drive my truck? What's her plan? You want me to drive, kid? Okay, cool. You want me to drive? You want to drive? Gotta get food. It's challenging sometimes in life, doesn't it? It's all about information. So let's see if my little number one thing works. Hopefully it does. It does. Cool. All right. How'd you like driving the F-250 today?
I like it.
She used to drive the black F-350 all the time. She's so disappointed I sold that.
I really like the F-350.
But I told her, I said for the record, you lost the F-350.
I like the F-450, but I'd honestly like both.
Yeah, well, that's how life is. I get you on that.
You're in neutral and your parking brake is engaged. You need to pay attention.
Wow, this is already getting. Here we go. The adventure begins. All right, so here's the next question. What do we need?
I actually, the King Ranch Explorer, if it were a different color, I
Ooh,
think.
that's dangerous. Look at that. See, that's just a great truck. Anybody follow my channel? That's what you buy. You buy that F-150 Tremor. It's so great. The wrapper's badass, but if you want to budget your money, buy that F-150 Tremor. All you don't want 30 grand over.
Dad, you're not even listening to me.
I am. We're gonna get breakfast for you too far in our conversation. I know where I'm driving.
Can you decide? Because I'm hungry and I don't.
Do you want Panera, Chick-fil-A, Roy Rogers? What would you like today?
Chick-fil-A.
You want Roy Rogers and Dunkin' Donuts or Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
That's a big truck.
Used to have.
I know. It just looks.
And you
so
even
big.
drove it.
I know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got rid of it. It's just too big. It's great for hauling and towing going down the road. Just used cars.
Really? For sale?
No, employees, service, lots of things. They got here where people sadly crash their cars, and this is where they fix them. Jerry's Collision Center. Which, boy, if you're a person who's had vehicles worked on, you don't pick the right company for that.
Look at that truck.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Look
nice
at that
truck.
truck.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one.
Oh, wow.
Yep, somebody's actually, looks like the guy's getting it all fixed up. Yeah, so that's probably a little restore job. My guess would be somebody who works there, a friend, or, can you fix this thing for me? Isn't this nice? We got to do the F-450.
Yeah, I was thinking
I'm going to do my wrapper this way.
No, I really like this, and I think we should do like a 30% tint on the 450.
Yeah, we're going to eventually go over there one day.
Can we do like a 40% tint? Or 35?
Yeah, you
30.
can. Yep.
I like it pretty dark.
Yeah, even though, it's argument, but if you're driving in Virginia and you're got a registered car in Florida or Maine or California, wherever it is, even though those state laws may be different for tint, just because you're driving in the state of Virginia, the police can pull you over and give you a ticket for illegal tint in your car, which that just blows me away. I mean, this blows me away that you're in the state of Virginia with an out-of-state car and you can get ticketed for not being compliant to the state's guidelines. I can't believe that when the car, I just can't. But I tell you what, supposedly it's true. But what I hear, which I agree, I think most police are like, they don't want it. They're just like, they don't care. It's like, I don't want to chase a guy from out of state that's going to keep driving through the state to write him a ticket when the guy's never be back again. I mean, are you serious? I mean, sincerely, think of that. Picture you driving through the state of Virginia, but this is what's kind of where they get you. They cannot pull you over for that. They pull you over for speeding. So it's just a ticket generator, a moneymaker. It's a no-brainer of what's going on. What's going on is that state pulls you over for speeding. That's your first offense. Your second offense is your vehicle's not compliant to the state that you're driving through. So then they write another ticket, so they generate money. That's all it's about. Because once again, state of Virginia, if you don't have a front tag on your car, even though that's a no-no, they can't pull you over just for that. If you have a legal tint on your car, they can't just pull you over for that. It has to be a secondary offense, meaning you have to be pulled over for something else, and then, oh, by the way, as a police officer sitting there, let me check your window tint. Oh, your front license tag isn't on your front of your car, blah, blah, blah. It's money revenue. It's ticket generators to generate money. Yeah, the police is a business. I mean, I think people don't realize the police have a business to run. They can't generate revenues from them working all day long. Then, okay, all right, how does that work? I know it's taxpayers supposed to pay the bill, but at the same time, they try to offset things by generating revenues from their cars being on the roads. Yes. It's a Saturday morning conversations. And now we're going to go to Chick-fil-A. We haven't been to Chick-fil-A in a long time. You should call Popcorn and tell them you're going to Chick-fil-A.
I don't have my phone.
All right. Well, anyways, the whole conversation jumping the truck was, how do you like driving F-250?
I like the F-350 7.3 better.
So the kid, she likes the 7.3 where I put that exhaust. It's about the exhaust. See, the diesels, as you know,
it just is more fun and light and airy and sporty. This is just so blah.
Yeah, what she's saying is, which I don't disagree.
You had to get rid of it for that dumb Mach 1 that you didn't even drive.
Okay, well, you forget about an incident that I paid $3,000 in my pocket out of, but whatever. Yeah, she forgets. I mean, I'm not lying. Yeah, she runs over her car in that F-350 truck. I mean, okay, February, wow, February, February 28th, I mean, 02/20, no, it was like 02/22/22 or something like that. It was like 22/20/22. Yeah, something really bad happened. And then it's like a week later, another incident happens. I'm just like, ooh, it's all the bad energy, bad karma, bad. It's like, Tom changed things up because, as anybody knows, the parent here, if your kid gets a bunch of speeding tickets and accidents, it's over. It's over. So what do you so you just say to yourself as an individual,
you're not really listening to me. I just said.
No, I know. I get it. I know what you're saying.
We've had this conversation, and I personally don't want to talk about it.
There you go. So anyways, so here's the thing. She's talking about.
I miss driving it. That's all. I like my F450 better.
Yeah, but what I want to tell people is the F350's gas engine is so much lighter on the feel of this truck. So when you drive that 350 Godzilla gas motor setup versus the diesel, I mean, it's night and day. The F3, it's a known fact that the diesel motor setup in these Super Duty series is 800 pounds more. It's 800 pounds more in the front suspension because of the diesel engine and beefed up suspension, I guess. So, so when you drive the gas engine version of these Super Duty vehicles, It's actually a little bit more fun experience because it's more. It's just it's more nimble, lighter, and that's why I bought the Godzilla for a few reasons. Because cheaper, motors, but diesels are expensive, and diesel fuel is expensive. So a lot of variables to that. We've already talked about that a gazillion times. All right, let's go to Chick-fil-A and get the Chick-fil-A, and then I'm right back up there in a little while to get my my Bronco. There's a nice Jeep guy behind us. He's got his
sun patient.
He's got his whole top off and everything. That's one thing with the Jeeps. The Jeep product. That's a fun vehicle. I know some people think that I'm critical of it, but no. I mean, it's a great product. I mean, the Jeep's a great product. I prefer my Bronco over it, but yeah, is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. Wow. Look at all the, oh my gosh, since we've been gone, this is just insane. All these houses just populated like corn grown in the field. I mean, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh, yeah. How am I doing on fuel? Yeah, thank God, I got a good amount of fuel. So let's check out Costco Light. What's the gas prices? $3.85 and $4.09. So the $4 gas, I mean, even for me. All right.
I'm so excited
Chick-fil-A.
to go see
What do you get Chick-fil-A here? We're in Florida.
To go see Prancer.
Oh, that's good. Nice.
It's my favorite thing, and then Mary.
Oh, nice. That's fantastic. All right. Oh, nice. All right, let me put my phone down and let's have fun. All right, so my daughter's saying she doesn't like that big screen. What's going on? What's going on? I mean, what's going on? Why do you like the big screen? You were just kind of like on a mission.
I don't like it because it's tacky.
Wow, tacky. What would you like to see in place of a picture of Popcorn's face?
Just the one like in the 2020 models where it's just enough.
Smaller.
It's just enough.
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't take up the whole dash.
So you like the way your F450's set up?
Yes.
Right.
And it's set up like that F350 was, where it's just a small little thing and none of this crap.
Right. Jeez, attitude. I think the kid needs a coffee or breakfast. I'm just.
Mom went to the store. She doesn't.
Yeah, milk.
She does not use creamer.
We should use that vanilla creamer.
That's not even a creamer.
Wow, this is a jam up. We got here. Nobody's. Yes, there's two people here.
There's no one else here.
Yeah, now this person way ahead of us is having challenges. They're hanging out. It's crazy. It's insane. During the pandemic, I just think everybody forgets the craziness. The car dealerships. I'm not lying. I have friends that are car salesmen.
Dad would get so mad because I asked to go to Chick-fil-A on a Saturday morning, and the line would be backed up, and he would get all of this little snit.
It would be 15, 20 minutes. It was ridiculous. So, but during the pandemic, it was just insane. The car dealerships. I had friends.
Like that lifted thing. Yeah.
Probably has the Rocky Ridge package.
I like that. I would get that.
This is interesting, but I'll finish up the pandemic. It was so crazy. Everybody's just lined up to buy stuff. And this Chick-fil-A, this place was just lined up 24/7. I mean, I'm not lying. Cars all the way wrapped around out, up to the street here. Just insane. Yeah, where'd everybody go? Yeah, well, government doesn't send everybody $300 per month per kid anymore. That's where that happened to that. But here's what's interesting. So the Rivian test, the Rivian
Watch
truck.
out, Dad, there's a hot rod up here.
Hot rod, the yellow Camaro? I don't think so. But so here's the interesting thing. The kids, drinking her tea, but the Rivian. So I went to Chick-fil-A today in the Rivian. Where do I put all my drinks? And I know the person say, well, you ask for a carry holder, and they got a big, tray in the front of your console there, and you put it on the ground there, and it'd be great.
That tea is good.
And so, so there's four. Look at this truck here, 4 cup holders, 2 right there. That's 6. 1 there, 7. 1 over there, 8. There's 8, and then 2 in the back. There's 10 on the side doors, and then the
middle console.
and then the 12. So this truck here has 12 bottle holders. The Rivian has 4. but I'm being called out when I make another YouTube. You know what's interesting? I did the Corvette review. I was wanting to buy a Corvette. I really wanted to buy the new C8 Corvette. I mean, I was a Corvette guy for years.
You know,
And I grew up with, wanting a Corvette. And I like the Corvette. And I go and do a review on the car that my daughter and I mean, she'll tell you all day long. That Corvette, there was just no wow factor to us in that Corvette. And we both were you disappointed?
I did not like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a car enthusiast. Why would I intentionally make a video to belittle the C8 Corvette, right? So I do that video.
Dad.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was driving back from the gym.
Yeah. In what?
And the F450. And
F450?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't keep track.
And I was driving, and there was a teal blue Z08, and it was like a C6.
You mean a Z06?
No, yeah.
A Corvette Z06 C6 generation.
Yeah.
Like what I used to have.
But it said Z08 on the side. I don't know why it had an 8.
Okay.
Why did it have an 8 on the side?
I don't know. Z08? Maybe it's the special race edition. I'm not following the Corvettes like I used to, so I really couldn't tell you.
No, I just was asking, but it was broke down on the side of the road, and a tow truck had to come get it.
Well, I guess the Z08 idea wasn't a great idea, was it? So anyways, I made that video about that Corvette, and oh my gosh, I had so many people reach out on my YouTube channel and just really call me out. Like, basically they're like, you're just stupid. You're not, and I'm just thinking, I go drive a car and I tell you the way I feel about it and I'm stupid. Okay, well, I mean, I get it. You own a Corvette.
This is concerning me. Popcorn has those removed. I think you need to have that.
I think I hit something with my face or something. I think I ran into something there and I hit it. That's all. I think it's a bruise. I think you don't realize that's a bruise. So anyways, I did a review in that car and, I just really got called out and I get it. If you own a C8, you don't want to hear it. I get it. I'm sure somebody wanted to be critical of my Bronco. I guess I'd be the same way, but part of me would be like, I'm glad you're not buying a Bronco because I don't want everybody to own a Bronco. Fine, go buy a Jeep. Go buy a 4Runner. Doesn't matter, whatever. I'll listen to your perspectives. That's fine. I get it. So now I did the Rivian review, and being I'm not really, that big a YouTuber, known personality. Why is that, right? I'm sure if the Rivian followers got and saw my YouTube channel and saw me do a review where I walked away like, I ain't gonna buy that damn thing. No way. It's too soon. Too early. Guinea pig city. I'm not going to participate but I know those type of comments would irritate the hell out of a Rivian owner or a prospective Rivian owner. They would be like, oh, you don't know that car. You're clueless. You're just delusional. Yada. Okay, well, why did I buy a F-150 Lightning truck? Why did
you like a grilled chicken?
Yeah. This is so funny.
What?
Here's the kid, Yeah, by the time I get home, that'll be eaten. Oh, Dad, you hungry? Oh, there's some bow rounds or tater tots or whatever the hell There's some hash browns in there for you, Dad. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so the whole point is, if I do a review on a car that people don't want to hear what they want to hear, I get it. The hate begins.
Dad. Dad. Would you maybe want to come see Prancy with me and Mom?
I don't know how. I gotta get the Bronco vehicle, and then I don't even know what's going off the business and blah 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 blah. So I just don't know. I don't know. It's too early in the morning.
I was just offering you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, yeah.
Because
sure.
you never come out and see him.
You say it's so funny. We've only been home how long now?
2 or 3 weeks.
No, we've only been home. Last weekend was the first time you've seen Prancer.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it's the first time you went on the weekend, is what I'm talking about. For 7 weeks.
No,
right?
6 weeks.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
Don't guilt me about not seeing my horse. You're acting like Mom. I was out of town.
Oh, so now the wife is saying I'm acting goofy.
She says you're acting weird and squirrely.
Yeah, my wife's saying I'm acting weird and squirrely.
And she thinks you're up to buying a car or ordering one.
Good thing she doesn't watch my YouTube channel, right?
She does! I bet you that's how she knows.
Oh, she would just confront me on that.
She
didn't have time to watch my YouTube channel. Why does she want to watch her husband talk all day long when I already do that as it is? I mean, he's going to do that.
She does get annoyed with you.
The truth shall prevail, right?
She says that she doesn't understand why you do the videos.
Yeah, does anybody understand, right?
You obviously didn't adjust the mirrors. I just don't get it. For this bimbo, why don't you go up and follow the rest of the pack?
It begins on Saturday morning. Technically, they're doing the speed limit, but it's not good enough. So
this is a 50-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah.
Easy.
So I get all the people behind me following me, but this person here is content at their speed, 45 miles an hour. It's technically they're. They can do it.
Mom, when someone in front of her is going so slow, she put on her flashers.
Nice. So now this guy's down to 42.
Please.
So this person now is like, I'm going to go to the market. So this person's it's hard to say. Here we
starving.
Go. This person, this is funny.
I'm starving.
This person's going to go to the farmer's market. Maybe.
No, they're not.
Oh, well, they put their brakes on like they were. They're going to the farmer's market. Yeah, what did I just tell you? No blinker, goose egg. Oh, there you go. See that? They just don't know. They don't know where they are. This is what happens. You have people that these are people that travel from other parts of the area here, and they hear about these places. They don't really know where they are. So, yeah, I can't wait to see the kid driving down the road with that popcorn look on her face, looking for something. Yeah, just to kind of, it's right there in front of you. Really? Where is it? It's right there. Right there? Over there? Yeah. Right over there. Yeah. You don't see that big tractor trailer coming at us? Where? Yeah. You think I'm making that up? I mean, yeah. Yeah. 9 years old. Yeah. Do you understand why eventually you get your license taken away? Yeah, it's pretty scary to think about how old people are that continue to drive a car. And I'm out embellishing here. They don't see what's up the road. I mean, it's not good. I mean, sadly.
Popcorn does see.
Well, I get that. All right.
He just can't hear.
Yeah. The antics. What the hell is this guy doing? Look at this here. This guy. Huh?
Whoa! This is about to crash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This guy is like pulling off in the road. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
You can't do that, dum-dum.
All right, this Saturday morning conversations. We're going to go have some breakfast, and then I'm going to turn around and go back up to town with Mom to get the Bronco. Everybody's admiring the Bronco there at the Ford dealership. Even guys were walking the parking lot there checking out this F-250. Don't out my mind. There was a guy literally checking this truck out. I mean, borderline, I truly felt like he's like, I want that truck. I want that truck. Is that a truck that's for sale here? I mean, I'm not lying. The guy had a total look and he's walking around the truck where he was, no doubt in my mind, he really wanted to buy his truck.
I saw, Dad.
It's crazy. You know, as I mentioned before, the Ford F-150 Lightning, that thing's gone. I'd be willing to bet the Bronco's
gone. Turn off the video for a minute because I just need quiet time.
You know, it's so funny is I'll turn it off and just start talking. You know, how many times have I fallen for these gigs, right?
I'm serious.
And there you are. She should have been called Sirius. You know, like Sirius XM Radio. It would have been different from SERIOUS to SIRIUS, right?
What are you
Sirius.
talking about?
How you pronounce it and spell it.
Whoa! They're about to crash.
All right, here you go. All right, I guess I'm going to make this a Saturday morning conversation as the day progresses. Right? Beautiful day, though. Really is. Look at this. It's just beautiful. Not too humid. Just really nice. As we drive back home, the narrow roads. All right, you know, if we didn't have a few of the cars parked in front of the house would look respectable. Look at that. We haven't weed whacked.
What's wrong?
Oh, we're supposed to weed whack.
Guess you never gave me time.
Really? Yeah, okay. And back to the used car lot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it still could. Oh, nice. Isn't that nice? Look at that nice clean F450 truck. Isn't that pretty? That thing's just, look at that, sparkly clean. Look at that Raptor truck that's grown a mustache. Look at that.
Dad, please pull in the driveway.
What's going on?
I want to eat.
Okay.
Ah.
Alrighty, how about that, huh? Got the truck back. Looks like they did what they're supposed to do. Probably wise to walk around and make sure there's not something that shouldn't have happened. Yeah, I know that sounds stupid, but boy, I tell you what, I'll never forget. I was up there at Coons Tyson Chevrolet, and I had a nice Chevrolet Silverado, really nice truck, LTZ. And you know, to this day, I traded for that Ram 1500. I should not have done that. That truck got such great gas mileage. It was a really good looking truck, and I'll never forget. When I got home, since it was on the other side of the truck, I was walking around the truck once I got home, and I mean a massive ding in the fender of the truck. I mean big. It wasn't small. And so yeah, okay, go back to the dealer and try to make a claim that happened since you left. Ain't gonna happen. You know, so the whole point is better check over the vehicle and make sure everything's in good shape, if you know what I mean, and get in the rod here and do my thing. You know what? I talk about all the time. So it's so funny. So they're doing 7,000 mile, I guess, interval, and so, which is kind of interesting, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they've got a nice Tremor truck there, but they want, I believe they want, I don't know, 10 grand over. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I don't need to get fixated on that, right? Yeah, but anyway, so these Broncos, you know, when you go to this sport mode, that's what it's all about. Go to sport mode. So you go to sport, and I remembered. So then go to two-wheel drive. And I mean, this thing just becomes a whole new animal. Whole new animal. So this is just, I talked about it earlier. I know people are like, I'm sick of it. I can't take it anymore. I want to hear more about your damn Bronco. Yeah, I know. And like the 10.2 miles per gallon, that's from the tow video. So I need to reset that. Let's see here. To get her back to reality. Yeah, gas. So I need gas. Probably should get gas. Now to be a line there at the Costco. But we'll play it out. So talking to guys back there. So get this. It's all about the information age. Now, they claim that their ordering guy has confirmed what I've been talking about, the GT500. I mean, I asked them, and they kind of came across like, well, that's what we've been told. So the GT500 is no longer. The 2023 GT500, you can't get one. So anybody out there in the fence, and what they're saying is that Ford kind of has a theme on how they bring cars and end cars. And so what they're saying is the GT350 had a heritage edition for 2020. And if you're a GT350 person, you know 2021 there was no GT350. And so now they're saying, okay, look at the GT500. It's got a heritage edition, and that's like the kiss goodbye for the GT500. So wow, even for me, I am just really taken back. That's hard to believe. So here's the thing. Yeah, there's another thing since I've gotten back in, and I'm waiting for my truck to get the oil change. I was on the Ford forum, and so my car on the Ford forum, a guy showing a Ford dealership in Sarasota, Florida, has the Ford GT500 track pack golden ticket package, which is a carbon fiber package, heritage edition, which is the Brittany blue paint theme. It's showing in Sarasota, Florida. It's a $114,000 car, and they want $100,000 over to $214,000. Yeah, but it's all about marketing. So as well as I do, the guy goes to the Ford dealership, and they sell it to him for $200 or $180. Then he's jumping up and down that he got the deal. I mean, that's kind of how it plays out. It's a no-brainer if you're a owner of a dealership. Yeah, let's put $100K over it. Somebody gets interested. We end up getting $50K over. Okay. Oh boy, like we lost. So, and then there's another Ford dealership, same story, but they're $60K over. So I think once the general public knows in September that the Ford GT500 is done, I personally think the phones are going to start ringing from all these dealerships of, hey, find me a GT500. Find me a GT500. Yeah, it wouldn't even surprise me if somebody called me. Would I part for it for a chunk of money? I don't know, man. It'd probably be wise. I mean, if you think about it, these cars turn into, you got to keep them forever to get the big numbers out of them. So I don't know. Who knows? You know me. I mean, right. If you follow my channel, you'd be like, yeah, this guy here, he's buying and selling cars all the damn time. Why is he be attached to that one? Yeah, right. I get it. So is it the age of misinformation, which that goes on a lot more than ever in our life? But I truly believe that the GT500 is done. That's it. Can you even imagine if Dodge would announced in all sincerity, if Dodge would have announced the other day about the Dodge Challenger not being built in 2023, I can guarantee you, I would be willing to say right now, like the deal I found in Carvana, I wouldn't have even found it. It'd have been gone. Or the value got so expensive it's not worth it. So, that's what's interesting. Dodge, but Dodge wants to get their run of all their inventory and material and their whatever. So, but at the same time, as well as I do, if Dodge had made that statement, I can promise you the Dodge Challenger Hellcat would even be more pricey. So, and now, some people are claiming that they're just going to build as many Hellcats they can the last year of 2023. Okay, so let's just say they do that. But in all sincereness, how many can they build? I mean, in all sincereness, how many people are going to pick them up? I mean, that's what happened in 2016. A lot of people forget that Dodge overbuilt. See, 2015, so many people have made complaints to Dodge about not being able to get their Hellcat, that in 2016 they overestimated their sales and they flooded the market. And what came from that was the beginning of what I call the poor man's lease, meaning that you get into a Hellcat, I'm not embellishing here, back in 2017 more or less, not 16, because those were only until 2017 when they started having so many leftover 16 models, that they opened up the door. You can lease a Hellcat for like $500 a month with little or no money down. It was insane. And then as time progressed, they just kept on keeping the production pretty healthy. And then, in 2019, they opened up the power dollars, which was like $100 for every horsepower in your car. And that's why, $797 was $7,970 off the factory rebate, not including the dealership, discount the vehicle as well. Well, yeah, as far as I know, those days are gone. Now, You know, it's interesting. Kuhn's, Tyson's, Dodge, I believe, claims you can order a Hellcat and get 8% off MSRP. I do not know how factual that is. So the misinformation age, is that possible? What I'm telling you, it is. You know, but at the same time, are they going to do that on a red eye? I mean, I don't know. I mean, are they going to honor, you know, pricing? Because you can't even order the red eye. I can't emphasize enough. I've said this 50 times. Right now, if you want to go to a Dodge dealer and you say, oh, hey, buddy, you're getting this so-called red eye from Carvana and you think it's so rare and so special, I'm going to go to the Dodge dealer. I'm going to order myself a red eye. Go for it. Good luck. Go for it. Do they eventually open it up? I think they will. Is it next month? The following? I have no idea. Are you going to get a killer deal? I have no idea. Yeah, prove me wrong. You know, go there and tell me you saved yourself $10,000. I don't know why as a dealership you'd be doing that. Every dealership in town that I deal with is not discounting cars. They don't have to. So why is Dodge doing that? Guess you're a dealership and you like to just give stuff away. That's fine. You win. They lose. I get all that. All right, they go all over the place conversations, but it's back to the same theme. It's a theme of used car values are going through the roof. Even though I brought this up this morning, I kind of forgot about mentioning is the major auction company last summer made a statement that the heyday of the used car values is over. Last summer, that's what they said. It's over. Values are going to start depreciating again, be more in line with what they are worth. Okay, talk about misinformation. You know, I'm not lying. Last summer, people were like, in all sincereness, had I known I could keep my red eye another year, that Challenger red eye, and I could have got maybe 10 or 20 grand more for it, yeah, or just kept it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, no. Last summer, my buddies and everybody's attitude was, you got some really nice cars. Used car values are starting to change. You better cash out of them now, sooner than later, because the values are going to be going down. And then so that's what I did. I listened to them. Well, here's a year later. For the record, you know, the values are going back up, especially in the niche vehicles like the Mustang products and the Dodge products. You know, I gotta go buy gas. Yeah, wow, isn't that weird? Yeah, I've been riding around so long to buy no gas. Uh-oh. So now the Costco fiasco is here. So here earlier, wasn't too bad. Now it's not so great. Wow, what do I do now? Here's my, you know, golden ticket carbon fiber track pack, Heritage Edition. I mean, do you even drive it? I mean, it's, you know, I'm hearing the stories of the car getting such incredible values. Oh my gosh! But I'm gonna take the GT500 out. What am I doing? I'm gonna take a little ride in the GT500. I got to take care of some business out west in the country. So I'm gonna do a little country driving. So follow me along here. I'll tell you, these GT500s, they just radiate so much energy. Just watch this here. Change the oil. Or yep, I tell you, I know about that. It's not even the mileage; it's just the annual increment thing, you know. Oh my goodness gracious! So this thing has 6,400 miles on it, so that's actually a negative on this car. This car would be worth, but for me, this isn't like that over there. In all sincereness, I never bought this car fixated on making money off of it. I bought it because I wanted to drive it and have fun with it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drive it and have fun with it. You know, you just hear that exhaust. I think Ford just does such a great job with the factory exhaust. And that's my one complaint about the Dodge Hellcats. I mean, I really think that if I decide to keep that Gold Rush, I'm changing out the back exhaust. I mean, I want more of that dominant noise. right, time to get in the GT500, new back road driving, and get some exhaust note out of her. These GT500s are so much fun to drive. I mean, I just can't emphasize enough. These things are just so fun. Oh my goodness, there's so much technology in these cars these days. Jeez, just to get my phone hooked up to interact with my Waze, and then here you got the exhaust mode. You know, you've got so many different, you know, so here's the normal, okay, my mode. There's my mode. Okay, where's the exhaust? All right. So, okay, I get it. All right. This thing's so funky. You see, you push on the gas pedal. And I've done so many videos of this. This transmission's a dual clutch transmission. So it's like a manual transmission. So you take off this thing, it's a lag. And, oh yeah, but anyways, just so much technology. It's just incredible. I know some people are like, man, I want nothing to do with that. I just want to go over here, turn my car on, put it in gear, and drive away. I hear you. Alright, so here comes the GT500. And it's just so, this transmission, it is just so neat, but also can be aggravating. Because it takes a second for it to engage. You know, when's the last time I drove this thing? We drove it back in May, Labor Day, right? No, Memorial Day, duh. So that's the last time I think I drove this car. There's the rev match, and I'm not doing anything. Oh, great. We're going to have the farts that drive up this road at, like, no speed. So, yeah, here we go. And I tell you what, I talked about this yesterday. I live in the roads every day of my life. I mean, for me, I can work every day of my life. And if you think I'm making that up, I'm not. I can work every day. When you're on your own business, oh, here comes a nice guy. Here comes a GT500 behind me. So he's a, that's pretty cool. See him back there? Isn't that so cool? These cars are so freaking fun. That's cool, man. You can hear that guy behind me too. That's pretty good. And it's like, it's the exact same car. It's so cool. We got twins going down the road. What's the odds of that, huh? I think he changed out the wheels though. Yeah, he's definitely changed out the wheels on it. So that looks pretty cool. I'll have to pull over and see this guy. Well, he actually turned off to that neighborhood back there, so we didn't get to meet each other. And but that's pretty cool. Who would imagine? So I imagine he lives right up the street from me. But who knows? It could be a person just visiting, or who knows? We don't know. But anyways, oh my gosh, this car here, it is just so much fun. I got the blinkers on. You know, the danger here is all these switches. That switch right there, if you move anything down there, you hit the damn flashers off. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, this car here, just such a fun car, and just glued to the road. So, just thought I'd give you guys a little GT500, you know, exhaust, a little bit of fun, you know, if you know what I mean. You hear that exhaust? You hear that? I mean, that's not me doing nothing. It's a car. I mean, it's just total exhaust blips on its own. off-roads in this? Yeah, you will. Will you be over in the woods? Yeah, you will. You got to be really... That's the danger. As I tell people all the time, these cars, they're just so wicked fast that, if you don't have incredible discipline, you will crash your car, and it goes on all the time. How many times of, GT500, especially Hellcats, back in when they first kind of started hitting the market, there were always a Hellcat crashed, totaled, people killed. I mean, this stuff goes on. That's the danger of these cars. But it's so incredible. The electric car has more energy than these things do. That what's coming to the market is insane. You just have to ask yourself. But they have so much technology in them. They're all usually, not always, but they're usually all-wheel drive. There's so many safety features in the vehicle, but at the same time, if you drive off the road, how does that all play out? You go off the road in that car, I don't care how much technology you have in it, you're off the road. So, I tell you, man, this car here, that's the thing too, that I think some people sell these cars. Yeah, how do I know? Just because they're so wicked fast, you just know you can't behave in them, and then what do you end up doing? You end up getting yourself in a lot of trouble. I mean, there's a lot of stories of that. People just don't hear about it. But yeah, there was a young kid up in that Ford dealership that we went to this morning, the Bronco. There's a young kid, 21-year-old kid that did $125 through that 45-mile-an-hour area. No, he did like 145. He did 100 miles an hour over in a Corvette like ZR1. So that guy, that guy's had serious challenges. That happened back I think in May, April, something like that. So that kid or that person, I can tell you right now, if you talk to him, they go, yeah, the car's gone, insurance has been ruined, I've got to go to court, my license is now suspended, I can only drive back and forth to work. There's so many things that go along, and not to sour the fun factor of the car, but it's just, you got to try to be, you got to try to play smart and be realistic to what you're doing with your car. Coffee a day, never get out of the motorcyclists and everything. So beautiful day. Oh, I hope you can enjoy the scenery here, but watch this. That's, I'm not doing anything. I mean, it's just me giving the car a little gas. So we're in second gear right now. Did you hear that blip? Second gear is a gear you have to have this car in to really get the blast off. If you're in third gear, you lose it. The second gear is the key. It's just that second gear is a huge lurch. That third gear is a total lag. If you get stuck in that third gear and somebody comes up next to you and you kind of get into it, you're not going to get that inertia. It's that second gear. It's just like instant. It just picks his whole car up. So that third gear is looking for that second gear. You hear that blip? It's just a really awesome exhaust. That's what makes these GT500s so fun. And that's where the guys in the Hellcat, community get mad at me, because that's not as easy attainable in the Hellcat product. And yeah, I think you can change the exhaust out, but the Hellcat doesn't get that rev matching. It's just a whole different car, and in all sincereness, it isn't beat up the Hellcat, it's just the facts. Anybody's out there wondering about these cars, I'm just giving back to you information, of how these cars perform. And to me, the GT500 has more of that fun factor, back roading experience. And it isn't me not liking the Hellcats, it's just basically telling you the facts. This is a performance-driven back road track car to go around the track. The GT, or I should say the Hellcats, are the straight line car. And I'm not saying you can't take them to the track and, everything else, but these GT500s are just so track oriented. Look at that. That was just me touching the gas pedal. And that's right, second gear. You gotta have that second gear to really kind of gator. I don't know if you can hear all that noise. I mean, just wow. One thing's for sure out here, I was talking about earlier this morning, is these vineyards. There's so many breweries and vineyards, and they're just not like, look at there. Now, pre-pandemic, that place was packed. I mean, there's so many of these. This whole Loudoun County, Virginia area exploded with vineyards and breweries, and they're just not the same. I mean, they're not overflowing with cars. And today's a beautiful Saturday. It's not really that humid, not really that hot. I mean, it's a beautiful day to be outside enjoying those type of events. Now, we got tomorrow, Sunday, but, you know, from what I recollect, out here, the Saturday, Sunday, both are back-to-back. Very busy days. You know, on Sundays, it'll be more about noontime before it started happening. Saturdays, you know, so, you know, just sharing how, it ain't breaking my heart because the roads have to be a joke. You know, everybody, their brother comes out to get in these, you know, on these roads, back roads. They don't know the back roads. And, yeah, I wonder what the copper's doing today. He's sitting over here, hiding under the bridge, waiting for the guy like me to go by him a little too quickly to get to visit me. I'll pass on that today. Second gear. Need the second gear. These cars just get down the road so easily. But what's insane is, you know, the electric vehicle, you know, it's gonna be right there with you if not go by you. But it's not the same. It is so not the same. This car in the back road, I mean, I'm not videoing it. I'm just not going to do it. But this car, if you don't have your hands on the wheel, it's bye-bye. I mean, the car is just, you know, if you're not knowing what you're doing, you know, bye-bye. You know, the next picture you'd see with me is I'm getting out of the car that's sitting in the woods. Yeah. You know, electric vehicle kind of overtakes that. You know, because it has so much more technology in it, especially if it's all-wheel drive. This thing here, the back end busts out. If you're going through those corners back there, if you're getting into it, that back end's, you know, going sideways on you. Yeah, right.